Hey guys, this is Dakota with Pastime Production. I'm going to be going over how I load my pack for a week-long hunt where I'm not going to be seeing the truck. I'm just going to be packing in. First, I start out with my bladder. I'll go ahead and slide it into my pouch in the back of the pack. And then on my pack, I got two clips up top. I'll clip them both in. And then I got a little hole right here in the back of my pack. I'll slide my nozzle through. And then after I put my water bladder in, I'll go ahead and unzip the front part. I have a first aid kit I'll throw in here. And since I don't get into that too awful much, or I hope not to, I also throw my tag in with that. After I got the tag and first aid kit in there, I go ahead and I put in my bone saw. I use that for like cutting the hooves off of something, or just makes it all around easier. Take a knife, also a sharpener, and then fire starter. And then I'll load my bullets in there. I usually take like 10 bullets with me. I don't want to take a whole box of it, but I like to have a few of them just in case. And then I'll go ahead and zip that up. That's everything I usually put in the front part of that pack. On my pack, I got a little pouch on the top, little pocket. I go ahead and I put my headlamp in there, easy to get to. Same with my water tablets. That way it's not just floating around the bottom of my pack. And then I go ahead and I start throwing in the things on the inside of the pack. I always start out with my game bags. I'll put those at the bottom. And I shove everything all the way to the bottom. And then I don't wear my thermal, my base layers in. I don't wear them in. It's always such a, you're hiking in 6 or 7, 10 miles, whatever it may be. By the time you get going, you're going to be pretty sweaty. So I like to just throw my thermals in there. I start off wearing just a shirt and pants, and that's all I wear. I don't actually pack another shirt or pants. That's it, just my thermals. I'll pack an extra pair of socks. And then also I'll take an extra pair of underwear. And then I'll go ahead and throw my hoodie in here. Unless it's like super cold. If I'm starting out and it's 25 degrees, I'll probably put the hoodie on. But I like to have a lightweight jacket. This is something that I would like to change up. I got some heavy coats. It's perfect for here whitetail hunting. But out there it's just so heavy. But that's all I got right now. So I'll go ahead and throw these in here. I got a heavy coat. It's waterproof. And then same with, I got bibs. I'd like to, like I said, get some puffies just because they're such lightweight and they keep you plenty warm. So I throw that stuff in there. I like to have a stocking hat. I start off wearing a hat, but those cold morning sits, sometimes you just want a stocking cap. And then I got a sleeping pad. And then also, I think my guilty pleasure here is my pillow. I don't like the small air up kind. I think I've had trouble with them deflating on me, so I like to take just an actual pillow with me. And then depending on how cold it is, I got a sleeping bag liner I'll throw in there. And then that's all I put on the main part of my pack. I'll go ahead and take my drawstring up, and then on the sides, I have 2 pockets identical on each side. I got some paracord. You never know if you're going to have to hang meat or whatever you're doing. Also, I'll take some hand warmers. I try not to overdo it, but I know some mornings it's nice to be able to put on a warm pair of boots. Whenever I wake up, I'll just go ahead and I'll throw some hand warmers inside my boots, get them dried out, that kind of stuff. Pair of gloves, I'll take gloves. I always put them in on the side pocket as well. That way I don't have to undo anything to get to them. And then also I'll throw in, like, I'm not going to get all this gathered up, but I'll throw in like a toothbrush in a bag, and then a small tube of toothpaste. I gotta brush my teeth. I know some guys can go without it, but I can't do it. And then I don't take a whole roll of toilet paper. What I'll do is I'll just like unravel quite a bit of it and then put it in a Ziploc bag, throw in there, and then I'll throw in a couple wet wipes, and then another bag to put the wet wipes in when they're dirty. I'll go ahead and zip that up, and then on my other side, I always throw in like all my electronic stuff like battery chargers. I got all my camera gear I put in on this one side, so extra batteries, all that kind of stuff I throw in on this side. I don't have a spotting scope, so that's what I use it for. And if I did have a spotting scope, I'd probably just put it in this pocket right here, strap it in like that under here. So I usually take 2 tripods with me, one for glassing and one for filming, and I'll just put them in there, cinch this down. And then also I have my food situation, which I can fit all of my food in here. A whole week's worth of food will fit in this. So that's where I put in my top. All right, now because my bibs and coat are so big, I don't have puffies that, you know, get down really small, lightweight. I have to run my tent at the top underneath between where I keep my food at and everything else. I have a little strap going across on here, and I'll run these straps through there. Get that cinched down. You want everything nice and tight on here. And then on the bottom side, I got my sleeping bag here. I got these straps on the bottom. That's what I use this for. I love using it for this. Now, this sleeping bag's pretty big, kind of bulky, heavy. I need to upgrade this as well. Still working on upgrading everything. It's hard to do all at once. But I'll just run it through every one of these horizontal straps here and then clip it back in. Go ahead and cinch those down. Want everything nice and tight. So I have a water bladder in here that's 3 liters, and then I also have this, it's 1 liter. This is enough water to get me through the day. Most days, depends on, you know, how many miles you're going and stuff. I know that you can really suck some water down. So I like to put this over here on this side. Also, depending on how the water situation is, I have like another 4-liter pack of water that I'll take with me with, you know, I won't put any water in it unless I just don't know if there's going to be any water close, then I'll take that, but it's still not enough to get you through the 7 days. But if I know there's going to be water halfway close to camp, I'll take that with me. I'll just roll it up. It's real small. I'll roll it up, put it inside the pack. And then once we set up camp and everything, I'll go ahead and take it out and then go down and get some water, and then I got that with me. As far as binos, I got a harness here. I have my earplugs that go in with it. You always got to have your earplugs, especially you guys that shoot muzzle brakes. You got to have that on you. I got my little wind indicator there. So I know I have the tablets on me. I don't have a filter. I always use a filter. My filter last year broke. I had a life straw. The first time I used it, it just broke. So luckily, one of the guys that was with me had the Grail. If you guys haven't, if y'all don't know anything about the Grail, that's the real deal. So that's what I'm going to end up buying is a Grail. I'll put that on that side. So I'll end up being able to hold actually just a little bit more water than I have now. I like to have water on me. You never know. That's like the one thing that scares me is the water situation everywhere. So go ahead and throw my pack on. It's pretty tall. It's pretty light right now because I don't have any water. I don't have any food in it. So it's a little bit lighter than usual. And cinch this down. Get myself strapped up here. Tighten up here. You want to make sure you have a little bit of a gap right here. This pack feels real good for me. And then right here, this is where I put my rangefinder at. It's a real tight spot, tight squeeze. But that's where I go with it. I don't like having a big bino harness. I don't like a bunch of stuff in my way up front. I want to be able to move pretty freely up there. So it's kind of a pain to get this rangefinder in here, but it definitely fits nice and tight. I got my earplugs here that I always put inside my harness. I got a little spot for it here. Always put them in there. That way, because I know I'm always going to have my binos on me. I'm never going to move anywhere without this because I want to be able to see what I'm looking at. So I always got this on me. You know, always checking the wind with it. Okay, so besides the food, water, and like the toothbrush and stuff that I was saying, this is everything that I take. I don't take a jet boil. I don't take, I don't feel like I'm not taking extra pants. I'm not taking extra shirts. The pants I wear in, the shirt that I wear in, those are the only clothes that I'm wearing the whole trip. I have extra stuff that I got back at the truck, but as far as where we're going, that's the only thing I'm packing. And I'm trying to stay as light as possible. I could definitely cut down on weight with this by getting rid of the sleeping bag liner, get a different sleeping bag. Like if I did that, that would cut 3 pounds right there. Get a different tent, a lightweight tent. Whenever you spend more money on stuff, it's not really like better quality, you're cutting weight. So like my sleeping bag, yeah, like I said, 3 pounds. About the tent would cut me a couple. Getting rid of the bibs and coat, which I could use that here for whitetail hunting because they don't tear up in the brush like the puffies would. But I could get some puffies, and that would cut down a lot on weight. So there's things I could do to lighten up for sure. But as far as the things that I'm taking, I don't think that I'm going to cut down on anything. Sitting here right now, this is a really light pack, but you know, with water, you put a gallon of water on here, it's another 8 pounds, and then another 8 pounds of food, 10 pounds of food. So I'm right there, I'm looking at another 18 pounds. I'm probably looking at 20 pounds total that would go on here between all that stuff. So a week's worth of everything is pretty hard to fit into one pack, but yeah, that's what I use. That's what carries really well.